This is Canadians for Truth and Democracy. I'm your host, Charlene. Yesterday, I was watching the House of Commons. A Conservative speaker mentioned the woke ideology, which is equality, education, healthcare, voting rights, clean air and water, reproductive freedom, love for humanity and the environment. It's the opposite of fascism, which is powerful and continuing of nationalism, disdain for human rights, identification of the enemies as a unifying cause, supremacy of military, rapid sexism, control of mass media, obsession with national security, religion and government intertwined, corporate power protected, labor power suppressed, disdain for intellectuals and the arts, obsession with crime and punishment, rapid cronyism and corruption, fraudulent elections, signs of fascism, book bans, attacks on transgender children or adults, taking away bike lanes, disdain for things like AISH, hashtag MGTOW, men going their own way, which is anti-feminist and misogynistic, saying that society has been corrupted by feminism. Fascists hate blacks, indigenous, Asians, Jews, immigrants, socialists, unions, asylum seekers, public education, and healthcare. Any service that helps the population. They dislike Crown utility services, science facilities, journalists, and public media. The Canadian First slogan comes under the banner of economic nationalism to strengthen national momentums of fossil fuels, nuclear, and coal projects. The phrase from John A. Macdonald, a legacy that is tainted by racist and cruel policies towards Indigenous people and immigrants. In recent years, it was used in 2002, Canadian First Immigration Reform Committee, as an organized space for white power. Activist Paul Forum, a white nationalist, has had his Conservative Party membership revoked. He supported ethnic cleansing and racism. He infiltrated Canadian politics in order to have white supremacy become more accepted. The Canadian First movement first happened in 1868, the white nationalist movement that opposed Métis and Cree sovereignty, aiming to establish a new Iranian race driven by survival in the rugged north. Since I'm going down this path, I'm going to bring up the IDU, International Democracy Union, an international organization which Stephen Harper is the chairperson. They help elect hard right-wing leaders like Donald Trump in the USA, Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel, Viktor Orban in Hungary, Gerard Bolsonaro in Brazil, Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Turkey, Silvio Berlusconi in Italy, Andrzej and Druda in Poland, Morocco, Mercy in Argentina, Canada First Leader Andajar has scheduled rallies in October 2025, or October 25th, 2025. The main gathering is Queen's Park in Toronto, London, Ontario, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Calgary, Alberta. He wants to expand he wants a stationary rally with speakers, music, tents. He said to only bring Canadian flags, no masks, and there will be a vowing event with respect. That's a white nationalist group. Antifa stands for anti-fascism. World War II veterans were Antifa because they fought against fascism. Anyone who is against fascism is Antifa. There is no membership. Anyone can be Antifa. Everyone should be Antifa. I am woke. Therefore, I am Antifa. There are two important petitions. E6878 for political disinformation on public education accountability for spreading false information. E6679 proposed a law on political honesty, which would hold members of parliament accountable for deliberate deception and protect public debate from misinformation. Alberta Resistance, or AB Resistance, is a citizen administrative call to hold political representatives accountable to remove an elected member that isn't serving its representatives. If you're interested in that, you can go find the site. There's video. Complaints have been made regarding Daniel Smith's manufacturing consent on the taxpayers' dime for the Alberta Next Panel tour. Elections Alberta regarding resources for partisan promotion. Alberta Ethics Commissioner on political conflicts of interest and misuse of office. Alberta Ombudsman on the procedural fairness, transparency of the constitutional process. Executive Council Communication and Public Engagement for breach of neutrality in public communications. And the Office of Information and Privacy Commissioner, OIPC, for unclear, inadequate privacy disclosure and consent in data collection from participants. If you have any complaints, call your MLA or write a letter to Parliament. It looks like David Parker from the Take Alberta Back cult should be charged with election interference. Daniel Smith's UPC government banned tabulators and the entire province is paying for it. Electronic vote counters don't steal elections. They actually speed up the election count. Parker, an unelected power broker, imported Trump's conspiracy junk into Alberta. They also changed the registration process, creating unnecessary paperwork. Now taxpayers have to pay the roughly $214,000, which equals 1%, burden on wages, hall rentals, overnight security, and logistics to redo what machines could have done on election night. Now Sonia Sharp is swimming in their mess. The UPC has never supported fair elections because they know that progressive voters will lead in the ballots. I would also like for Canadians to be aware of far-right propaganda outlets masquerading as media. Rebel News, Canada Proud, True North, Juno News, Western Standard, and the post-millennial lifestyle news. The Epoch Times, Canadian First, is an extremist group. They are disinformation machines flooding Canada. Stay sharp, check your sources, and don't fall for it. Stop the disinformation. Stop the hate. Far right watch. Truth matters. Stop the lies. Instead, I recommend other news podcasts or channels, such as Charlie's Angus, Midas Canada Network, Markham Hyssop, Energy Media, Nate Pike, The Breakdown, Alberta AB, the Bill Kelly Podcast, CA. There are others that also share current factual information. It's up to us to support democracy by spreading the truth to combat disinformation. Good news for Forever Canada petition is near the home stretch. It has surpassed the 300,000 signatures. The achievement has been driven by grassroots support across Alberta. If you haven't signed yet, go to forevercanada.ca to find locations near you. Thank you, Thomas, Lukaszuk, all the volunteers, and the supporters. I hope that you found this informative. Please like, share, and become a subscriber. We need to change the algorithms. It's up to us to share the truth, to save our democracy. We don't need more right-wing extremism in Canada. It has to be stopped. Canada has always been admired for its diversity. We are not a white nationalist society. Peace, love, and bright blessings to all of you. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.